Hey guys, congratulations on the series, which I absolutely love already.
Surely you've got to start it off with, hey, you guys.
Hey you guys. It's high octane, but there's a lot of humour in that. Is that the kind of thing you usually are sort of familiar with in working in TV or film?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think it's always nice to have a bit of everything. Whether that can kind of be achieved is really the big question, you know. And I do think Atomic achieves that. I'm very kind of. I think the look of the show is beautiful. Yeah. You know, I think it really does look cinematic, and we had an amazing DOP who did achieve that, and Sharif Korver, the director. So yeah, I think if something can try to have a bit of everything, then Atomic is definitely that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of stuff in my, I mean, I guess in the last 15 years I've sort of come across all the genres, all the elements. Yeah, and I think it's what Alfie's saying is if you get the right blend, you know, then it can work. But that's in the execution, it's in the editing, it's in there's so many elements to what makes a good TV show, and I think we might have done it. Who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah.
The first episode is absolutely brilliant. I just loved it. You're thrown in straight away and you don't know what's happening really. And it's like right in the middle of the Algerian desert. The first thing I hear in Arabic is some hardcore swearing Algerian, which I'm Algerian. So for me, it was like, okay, I feel really comfortable because it is very, very accurate. What was it like filming in the desert? Or how was it? Was it actually the desert?
Yeah, we were actually in the desert. I find it was a very spiritual place. It was beautiful, especially at night time. Daytime was a little hotter and a little sweatier, but it was fun, it was crazy, it was wild, it was long days, but I got to spend it with Alfie and
it was great. I'd shot out in the deserts before and I loved it, and would jump at the opportunity to do it again without a doubt. I was literally talking to somebody yesterday about Morocco, and he was telling me he was from Fez, which is somewhere I really want to go. And Tangier, we were talking about Tangier, and so yeah, I absolutely love shooting out there.
How much of the series was filmed actually in Morocco?
All of it.
All of it? Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. Even the scenes in Lebanon were all in Morocco as well. Yeah. I think the thing that I loved about this is that it doesn't, when you watch loads of things that are set either in the Middle East or in Arab countries, you do tend to get a lot of stereotypical sort of presentation of Arab characters. In this, it takes that and sort of makes it into a more fun thing. I think that the banter between the guys, and I know, Shazad, you're not Arab, but you can relate to that sort of to Muslims possibly being stereotyped in those kids. Was there was it important for you to sort of be part of this and know that wasn't happening?
I mean, that was exactly, trying to talk to Greg and the producers and like what is it we're doing here, and nothing is what it seems. So yeah, it's a nice setup to think it might be one thing, and then as you watch it, you understand what it is. And get to know this guy's past and the complex past he has and the trauma, which normally with these kind of characters you wouldn't see that. So it's just trying to see where this guy's coming from and humanizing this kind of character, which is not done often enough.
Let's talk about your character, who's someone who deeply believes in love and nothing else, and until he's forced to make a very important decision. Tell me about him.
Yeah, well, I play Max. He is a driver for the Venezuelan cartel, and he definitely tries to distance himself, even though at the same time kind of glorifying that kind of profession and his existence within it. He, at the same time, says, yeah, but I don't do any of the bad stuff. I'm all about love, and he's definitely somebody that kind of, is very, I guess, happy, when JJ kind of, at first, obviously, it's kind of a challenge between them, but then as soon as they start kind of sort of warming to each other, or Max starts warming to JJ a little bit, it's there were moments of it where it was kind of tough in terms of sort of how can I make light of this kind of interaction, but Greg, is a great writer, and so hopefully we achieved that. I think we did, so it's good.
I think we should say that JJ is not really the name of your character. He is nicknamed JJ as in Jihad John, but he's not Jihad John.
Yes.
He's a British, Al-Britani, basically.
Al-Britani,
He's a
yeah.
British jihadi. Was it important for you to sort of read up on what that kind of
I've
person
done a
would
lot.
have been
Yeah,
like?
I mean, there's a lot over the years of that kind of research anyway, and we delved deep into the backstory of this character and the writers, and yeah. Again, I'll say without giving too much away, it's this character is not what he seems, and even by the end, it's different to what we might have already said here. Yeah.
I've really loved the sort of dynamic between the two of you. It is really a buddy story. It's sort of like people who start off by hating each other, and then by the end of one episode, even they become very reliant on each other. What was it like working with that kind of dynamic?
It was great. I mean, we had to spend so much time in those confined spaces in the cars. So that was it was great, you know, to be able to do it with Shazad and know that we kind of got along from day one. But essentially, they are kind of just lying to each other throughout the whole series until they kind of, realise what their moral dilemma has become and what kind of choices that they really do have to make together.
But even within the lying, they share these really vulnerable, crazy high stakes moments, which in life, you even lie to people that you're close with, but you're still sharing this experience with that. It's kind of a mad, complex relationship.
What's it like for you to, I mean, not to keep going on about Game of Thrones or anything like that, coming from a very successful TV series that went on for years and which sort of, made your name in it, and going back to doing another, so is this likely to be sort of several seasons, or is this just one confined season, do you think?
I'm just a lowly actor and an actor playing a driver, so I don't know about kind of whether it's going to go 2-3 seasons. I really don't know. But it's we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know.
Okay. And did you get the feeling that it was that as grandiose as what you were doing in Game of Thrones? But it was quite difficult to know what was going on in every single subplot in Game of Thrones.
No, it was. I don't think I've kind of done a story which is just a two-hander, so that was definitely something that I was very excited about. And in terms of, in comparatively to kind of sort of Game of Thrones, it's mad that Game of Thrones is nearly 20 years ago now. Yeah. It's like, it just blows my mind that. So in terms of second and third seasons, who knows for Atomic? I'm not sure.
What about you, Shazad? Do you think there's likely to be a second season? And would you obviously like to be part of it?
Again, we are lowly actors. We do not. I don't
no, but
know.
you can say it now, and then they can hear it and know that you're.
I mean, it was originally
you're open to
supposed to be a 5-part miniseries. That's what it was pitched at. But then I guess it's a numbers game. It's all business, innit? Who knows? That's what it's up to. It's up to the audience and the producers. I don't really have an answer for that. We're just
lowly actors. We're just
totally
do
hit
our
jobs.
We say the lines and whatever, whatever comes.
Yeah.
I could see it running because the dynamic between you guys is just fantastic. It's something you can't buy, and it's really difficult to get two actors who haven't worked together before, who just fall into place into those characters. Was that really important for you guys to sort of make sure that was happening?
You can't force that, though. Do you know what I mean? So it was not. So I think it was just something that did just sort of. It didn't try and kind of sort of be like, be my mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
your mum used to send you around to her friend's house.
Exactly. But we did have stuff to do while we were out there, which we both had similar interests in, like watching football. We both are big football fans. So the Euro.
Who do you support?
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal.
Yeah. I'm an Arsenal fan. So come on. We had a good win the other day, 1-0.
Who do you support?
Arsenal as well.
Oh, cool.
And then the Euros was on, and just had lots of nice meals together, and just discovered Marrakesh together. It was great. Good.
Yeah. Did you get to chat to many of the locals in Marrakesh when you were working?
Yeah.
Did they know who you were, or had they not watched you in anything before?
Me personally?
Yeah, both of you, really.
I mean, they did after they met me. I
think Game of Thrones travels everywhere.
It's worldwide.
No, they did. He
It's
definitely got
worldwide,
recognised a lot. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!